So this is One Weather. I'm coming to discuss some of my teams. I've got them organized into exclusive 5 versus 5 teams and exclusive 3 versus 3 teams for both types of Galactic Arena. I also use my exclusive 5 versus 5 for the Territory War, which is basically a large-scale Galactic Arena. So some of this advice can be taken into the Territory War with us, and maybe we'll all do better. And maybe I can get advice from you guys too about the teams I've got. So my first team, which is the closest one to my PvP team, is this guy right here, my Revan team. I've got 2 at Relic, and then the rest all gear 12. Got them all pretty well modded with speed, except for Jolie here, who I've given a little bit of tenacity and a lot of health. Anyway, yeah, he's got big bonus to health. And this isn't my PvP team. In my actual PvP team, Hermit Yoda is missing, and General Kenobi is replacing him. But I've got General Kenobi, and we'll see how we make sacrifices on some of our teams to improve the overall power of our roster. So in the second team, I've got Darth Revan. It's kind of the classic Darth Revan team with him leading Bastila, HK, Malak, and then Marauder seems to be a little bit more common, but I like my Marauder for the sake of damage, because Malak tanks really well. And I've got Malak all tapped up with protection, and most everybody else tapped up with speed, except my Revans, who are both speed and offense. Now my third team, and these are my 3 all-star teams, is my Padme team, which has lots of really great synergies going on between Ahsoka and Anakin, her daring Padawan, doing her getting a free attack anytime anyone does an ability. It's pretty convenient, because that means that both of R2's abilities also trigger an Ahsoka attack, which is pretty cool, because she hits like a tank. And then this is where my teams start getting less sturdy. I've got my Commander Luke team, who I'd like to one day replace everybody but Obi and Luke with Han, Chewie, and R2. That way they could, that way R2 and Old Ben could kind of team tank. There's my Karth team. They're pretty nice. They're good on defense. They do surprisingly well. That whenever people come to attack me with them, they don't do too hot. There's my resistance team. I'm thinking about changing it around a little. Well, I'm definitely going to get resistance trooper on it eventually, and probably Finn also. And then there's my Nihilist team. Early on, I Zated Nihilist's leader ability, so I now still feel compelled to have him leading a bunch of Sith. Okay. My Buggy Boys, who are pretty low in power, but devastating in combat. My Palpatine, with Emperor Palpatine leading, of course, Darth Vader and Thrawn, because they're awesome. And Royal Guard and Tarkin, because I've got them. And there's Unmasked Kylo leading Masked Kylo, and his TIE Fighter companions, the First Order Executioner, the Fox, and Captain Phasma. I like General Hux's leader ability probably better still than Unmasked, but Unmasked is a pretty good second if your General Hux sucks like mine. There's my Phoenix team. Only one who I kept up with afterwards was Ezra, because he's really cool. And then the final team that I use is my Bounty Hunter team. That's as low as I go. I usually shove these guys in the back with defense. And then here I've got some other ideas of teams, but they're not really fully functioning at all. So that's my 5 versus 5. Now you'll see in the exclusive 3 versus 3 that most of the teams are made up of those same characters, just reconfigured. I've got Revan Bastila and Grandmaster Yoda just because I love the way he shares all those buffs, and if I need an absolute murder team, that's my one to go to. I've got Darth Revan, Bastila, and Malak because of all the Sith Empire characters, Bastila and Malak are the most powerful, and that was going to be another one of my that's another one of my heavy hitting teams. Got General Kenobi, Ezra, and Hermit Yoda. This one I'm not sure about, actually. Though they are all super powerful, I'm not sure that this is the team that's to keep being a team. Maybe we'll figure out something different with that in the future. Padme, Anakin, and Ahsoka, a solid team right there. Luke, Old Ben, and Princess Leia got kind of heavy on the attackers, but Luke has good survivability too. So he kind of halfway counts for a tank. Then we got Rey, and BB-8, just because I like using Rey on a team with Rey, and BB-8 again has that mass buff that I love so much. I've got Qui-Gon leading Jolee and Juhani. I like Qui-Gon's speed ability, and when it's zated, which mine isn't, it's even cooler because it gives a lot of evasion. Here's my 3-person Karth team. Karth, because it's got the tank. My buggy Brood Alpha is the leader, of course, and then I've got Soldier and Spy. I left out Sunfac and what was the other guy's name? Anyway, Genoshan, Brood Alpha, Soldier, and Spy. I've got Akbar leading R2 and Chirrut. I like Akbar as a rebel leader because, again, he gives speed, but he also gives bonus attacks, which I love. Darth Nihilus, because when you put him on a team with people who counter, the team becomes pretty tough. So I've got the Dooku, who does counter attacks all the time and loves to attack again, and then Sith Trooper, who gains taunt and retribution. Then I've got my evil droids. If you read General Grievous's leader text, it affects all dark side droids, not just separatist ones, although almost all of them are separatist. I don't have any good separatist ones. So I put Iggy and HK with him. I've got Fives, who has a half general ability on a team with Kendris and T3, just because those three together make for a pretty good offense. Palpatine, Vader, and Thrawn, one of my favorite trios. They go around crushinating things. And then I've broken my First Order team into 2 different teams. I've got Kylo, and regular TIE Pilot. And then down here I've got Phasma, Executioner, and Stormtrooper. I've also got... I called them Dancing Shadows teams with Darth Maul leading, where the goal is to dodge as often as possible. So Darth Maul leading some other Sith characters, including Marauder. And Bosk leading my bounty hunters, Boba Fett and Cad Bane. And finally I had Finn leading Chewie and Han, who are both Resistance now, so they fade on Resistance teams that I used to get to Rey. And I'm pretty sure these last 2 teams are just extra. Those were ones I was thinking about setting up if I needed more, but I didn't need 20. I needed 18. Alright, so that's what I've got.